flanging. Let's talk about flanging, phasing, and flanging, phasing, and coursing. Right. So if you remember, on a delay, right, let me bring this up here. So on a delay, here we go. This is fine. If we have a delay, remember you've got these things here, right? So these are pitch shifting, right? It's pitch shifting the delay, not the original. It's just pitch shifting the delay itself, right? So if I were to, for example, take somebody's vocal, say somebody who, say a certain female singer, say before there was auto-tuner and all that kind of stuff, but a certain female singer who wasn't really all that good, say her initials were Madonna, and you had to hide the fact that she couldn't sing in tune, right? So what they would do is they would have an aux send it to a delay like this one here, right? And then they would pitch shift it ever so slightly with a slight delay, maybe not even discernible, maybe under 20 milliseconds. They would have a slight delay, and then they would pitch shift it a little bit. Again, the pitch is changing all the time, right? It's going by whatever, 1.5 hertz. So it keeps changing, right? They would have it something like 0.25 or 0.3, something slow. And the pitch is going in and out, right? So this delay, right? It's a duplicate, and it's delayed, and it's pitch shifting. So they do on a second aux send, they do the same thing, but on that echo, that delay, they have a different delay time with a different rate and a different depth. So it's going in and out of tune slightly different from the first delay, which is those two are going slightly in and out of tune compared to the original vocal. And then you add a third one and then a fourth one, and all four of those delays have different delay times. All four of those delays have different amounts of pitch shift, and all four of those delays have different rates of pitch shift. So they're all kind of slightly in and out of tune, and then you add that to her vocal, who's not quite in and out of tune, and now you've got a chorus, right? And again, that's kind of, they use it for a lot of different reasons, but that's one of the ways you can hide somebody's inability to sing in tune if you don't have an auto-tune. So that's chorusing, right? So let me go ahead and show you. Here, I'll just do a little bit of chorusing. I'm going to take this guy here, and let me pull that guy off of there, right? Here, I'm going to do an aux send, right? New track. And this is going to be a mono aux input, call it delay 1. Right? There it is. Right? I'm going to duplicate this let's listen. Right? So here it is. I'm going to put let me go do this here. Let me put a delay on there. Mod delay. And let's make it really short, like let's say 15 milliseconds. We won't even hear the delay. We'll hear something changing, but we won't even hear the delay. Mute it. Let me add some. There we go. Hear that? Okay, so then I'm going to duplicate this guy. There you go. Why is this one here? Take this guy here. Delay 2. There we go. And this one, I'm going to change the delay time. I'm going to change the delay time to say 25 milliseconds. I don't know, just whatever. And I'm going to change this to, I don't know, how about 0.33. Again, I'm picking numbers by random. And this is going to be even more. There we go. I'll pan this one to the left, pan this one to the right. Here we go. hit this 2 more times. There we go. Delay 3 and delay 4. All right. Let's change. I'm going to take this guy here and put this one here. Pan it there and pan this one here. Take this guy. I don't know, what should it be? Let's make it even longer. Make this one, I don't know, 35, 40 milliseconds. There we go. This one's going to be, I don't know, what should it be? I don't know, 0.25. There we go. This one's going to be even more. All right. And this guy, 10 milliseconds. This one's going to be 0.7. Random. All right, so we got a bunch of them now, right? There you go, right? There's chorusing. Check this out. There was a session in the 1960s, and see if I can pull this up. There was a session that happened in the 1960s, way back when. It was two young people were at the session, right? And one of them was a guitar player, and he had crazy hair. He wore crazy clothes, kind of freaked everybody in the UK out, right? It was in the UK. And there was a young man by the name of Andy Johns, who was an intern. He's like 15 years old. And he was the tape op, right? This is the story. This is how the story goes. So what happened was they were playing, this guitar player was playing his guitar, and they were recording it, and they had a delay going, kind of like the Elvis delay, right? Like I told you guys. And this Elvis delay was going on, and it was a certain delay time and all that kind of stuff. And then Mr. Andy Johns, this young guy, the intern, who ended up being a super ultra famous mixer dude, right, at one point, he slightly touched the tape flange. The tape flange, find you a picture of a tape flange. That is the tape flange. This thing here, that's a tape flange. He touched it, and it slowed the machine down, and then ever so slightly. And then when he heard what happened, he recoiled, and it sped back up again, right? And it had this really cool sound. And everybody's like, "What was that?" And the guitar player was like, "Oh, that's really cool. I want to have that on my thing," right? And so that became known as flanging. So chorusing, what you're doing is you're modulating, right? You're modulating the delay. You're modulating the pitch, right? You're pitch shifting. But in flanging, you're actually modulating the pitch and the delay time, right? So remember, this is like an Elvis delay, right, with a tape delay. So you're modulating the pitch and you're modulating the delay. It's pretty cool, right? And so let's throw a flanger on this thing here, right? Let's get rid of all this business we got here. Here we go. There we go. And let's do this. Let's take this guy here and send it to somewhere else. Let's send it to a new track. I'm gonna call it flange. It's gonna be a mono. There we go. Let's do that. There we go. We're gonna put a flanger on there. Plug in. Modulation, flanger. Here we go. There you go. that, right? And then, actually, what if we did the stereo flange? Let's do this. Let's duplicate that. There we go. And I'm going to pan this one to the left, that one to the right, and I'm going to change this one to something else. Change this to, I don't know, feedback, rate, slow it down. Right, so there you go, right? How about this? How about there was this woman by the name of Liz Fair, right? This is back in the 90s. And she got a record deal. She went to record with this guy by the name of Brad Blackwood, famous mixer dude now. And Brad Blackwood had her in the live room. And what he did was he gave her a microphone. And she sang into this microphone. And then he sent an intern into the live room, and he gave the intern a SM57 with a windscreen on it, right? Or FM58 with a pop filter on there. And he told the intern to go in there and wait till she starts singing. And when she starts singing, I want you to take your microphone and the cable, right? Because it's all plugged in. And I want you to take the microphone and swing it over your head, right? And then she would start singing, and he started swinging this thing over his head round and round and round like this, right? And so then what that did was, of course, when the microphone got closer to her, right, the delay time shifts, right? And as the microphone went away, the delay time got longer, right? So she's singing into this one microphone, her microphone, but her sound's also reaching this microphone that the intern has, right? So there's a delay time there. And as he swings it and it gets closer to her, the delay time is very short. And as he swings it away from her, then the delay time gets longer, right? So it's constantly shifting. So that's called a phaser, right? So what you're doing is you're modulating delay time, which is just phase, right? So that's kind of cool, right? So chorusing, modulating pitch, phaser, modulating delay time, and flanging, you're modulating both pitch and delay time, right? So let's do something here with this guy. Let's do, I don't know, how about if we add a delay? Here we go. New track. There we go. Mono. And, yeah, delay. There you go. So let's mute these guys and make these a little bit more. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to come over here, put a plug-in on there. Let's use this tape echo. Cool. We'll have a delay. Let me mute those things. See what this sounds like. What was that? Was that 250? There you go. adding delay to the guitar. I'm flanging the guitar, but I'm also flanging the delay. Does that make sense? Right? I'm going to add a reverb too now. Aha. Right? So, new track. Oh, there it is. I'm going to do a stereo reverb. Cool. Put this at the end of everything here. There we go. Kill that. So what reverb should we throw on there? Oh, here we go. This guy will be good. Oh. We'll try this one first. Let's mute all this stuff here for the moment. Let's get this guy more. Let's throw some more in there. 100%. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's do this now. What if I put reverb on that delay? So I'm going to copy that one over there. So now the delay is getting reverb. I'm going to do this guy, duplicate that guy. Ooh. Check this out. I'm going to mute this guy, that reverb, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to change it to the black hole. I don't even know what's going to happen now. So there you go. So thinking, that's a lot of effects. Well, you know what? That's not so uncommon for certain types of music, right? You'll have, like, again, subtle, maybe I'm putting a little bit too much on there, but again, a little bit of each one does a lot of stuff, right? So then if you look at like a slow singer, whatever, I don't know, pick somebody. They'll have like 3 reverbs on there, only just slightly, right? One short, one middle, kind of one long, maybe some delays in there. So you'll end up for one vocal, you'll end up with a bunch of effects tracks like this one here, right? And so, I mean, a really obvious example is if you listen to this band, this is from the 80s, the band called the Smiths, right? Johnny Marr was the guitar player, which is sort of kind of the inspiration for this. I thought, I'll do some kind of Johnny Marr thing, you know. And so if you listen to this, is like the Headmaster's Ritual, if you guys know what that is. But, or it's kind of like it, this is not it, but it's kind of inspired by the Headmaster's Ritual. Anyway, listen to Johnny Marr's guitar, it's like tons of that kind of crazy, lots of stuff in there, right? Like this one. So there you go. Delays, reverbs, lots of fun to be had. All right? I'll see you guys in class. Have fun. Hope you guys are staying safe. Hope you're healthy.